I'm taking it slow, but I just want more. I'm taking it slow, just follow the flow. I'm taking it slow.
At number 1, Prodeus is a gloriously brutal love letter to classic games, blending old-school design with modern visuals. The game nails that retro aesthetic with pixelated gore, chunky explosions and fluid movement, all enhanced by cutting-edge lighting and particle effects. It's like stepping into a lost Doom-era masterpiece, but cranked to 11. With a full campaign, online and co-op play, and a robust level editor, Prodeus delivers pure, unfiltered shooter bliss. If you crave chaotic gunplay and relentless carnage, this is your battlefield. Doom 64 is a cult classic reborn. Originally released for the Nintendo 64, this remastered version sharpens the visuals while keeping the eerie otherworldly atmosphere intact. The game expands on the original Doom formula with new nightmare-fueled levels, eerie ambient music, and a darker aesthetic. The redesigned sprites and lighting effects give it a unique identity compared to its predecessors. It's still the fast, brutal, demon-slaying action fans love, but with a more sinister edge. Whether you're revisiting it or playing for the first time, Doom 64 is a must-play for retro FPS enthusiasts and Doom veterans alike. At number 3, Power Slave Exhume is a great example and a remaster of the cult classic 90th FPS, blending the best elements from the PlayStation and Sega Saturn versions. In an ancient Egyptian world overrun by alien invaders, the game mixes fast-paced shooting with light Metroidvania elements. Night Dive Studios has given it a crisp visual upgrade while keeping the core gameplay intact, making it the definitive way to experience this underrated gem. If you're a fan of old-school shooters with exploration and atmospheric world-building, Power Slave Exhume deserves a place in your collection.
Let's rock and roll. One man and his guns.
Letter to classic 90th shooters, mixing the frantic action of Doom, the weapon variety of Hexen, and the magic-infused chaos of Heretic. With 60 fast-paced levels across 5 distinct worlds, you'll blast through demons, robots, and eldritch horrors while upgrading your arsenal and abilities. The pixelated retro aesthetic, combined with a pulse-pounding synth metal soundtrack, makes every battle feel intense. If you crave non-stop action and a power trip of weapons and spells, Project Warlock is a must-play. Quake is the granddaddy of arena shooters, the game that defined fast-paced, skill-driven FPS action. With its Lovecraftian aesthetic, lightning-fast movement and legendary Trent Reznor soundtrack, it set the standard for everything that followed. Whether you're blasting through gothic corridors in the single-player campaign or dominating in online death matches, Quake remains as exhilarating today as it was in 1996. The remastered version brings modern enhancements while keeping that raw, gritty intensity intact. If you've never experienced the magic of rocket jumping and nailgun warfare, now's the time to dive in. Iron Fury is a love letter to 90th FPS greatness, built on the classic build engine that powered Duke Nukem 3D and Blood. You step into the boots of Shelly Bombshell Harrison, a no-nonsense, one-liner dropping badass tearing through neon-lit city, streets, underground labs and grimy back alleys. The action is fast, brutal, and packed with explosive weapons, shotguns, revolvers, and even bowling bomb grenades. No regenerating health, no hand-holding, just pure old-school mayhem with modern polish. If you crave a shooter that feels writ straight from the golden age of FPS, Iron Fury absolutely delivers.
Sure, let's dance. Say my name.
Immortal Redneck is actually a roguelite FPS that throws you into an Egyptian-themed gauntlet of chaos. You play as a redneck who, after a freak accident, wakes up mummified and stuck in a deadly, ever-changing pyramid. The gameplay is pure adrenaline, tight gunplay, tons of weapons, and a deep progression system with multiple skill trees. Each run is unpredictable, challenging, and full of absurd humor. If you love classic shooters with a modern roguelite twist, Immortal Redneck is a wild ride worth taking. Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster is a revitalized version of the classic 1995 first-person shooter developed by Night Dive Studios. This remaster enhances the original experience with high-resolution textures, improved lighting, and support for modern hardware, including up to 4K resolution at 120 frames per second. Letting you step into the role of Kyle Katarn, a former Imperial officer turned mercenary for the Rebel Alliance. While the remaster has been praised for its faithful recreation and visual enhancements, some reviews note that certain aspects of the gameplay may feel dated to modern audiences. The Serious Sam collection is a compilation of high-octane first-person shooters featuring the legendary action hero Sam Serious Stone, including diverse locations using an extensive arsenal of weapons like shotguns, heavy lasers, rocket launchers, a massive cannon, and the iconic minigun. The collection offers both single-player campaigns and multiplayer modes, supporting up to 16 players online or 4 players in local co-op. While the collection has been praised for delivering classic fast-paced shooter action, some players have noted performance issues on certain platforms, such as the Nintendo Switch.
Rapid-fire boomer shooter blast from the past!
Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun is a retro-inspired first-person shooter that immerses players in the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40k. The game combines classic FPS mechanics with the rich lore of the Warhammer 40k universe, and has so far received positive reviews for its faithful recreation of classic FPS gameplay and its integration of Warhammer 40k lore. Critics praised the game's nostalgic appeal and engaging combat mechanics. However, some noted that the level design could be improved to enhance the overall experience.
The grim dark universe of Warhammer 40,000. Summoned by the Inquisition, you'll scour Graia, a forge world on the brink, overrun by cultists, traitors, and chaos demons. It is time to purge the heretics.
Killing Time Resurrected is a remastered version of the 1995 first-person shooter Killing Time, which is now available on multiple platforms, including Nintendo Switch. The player explores a mansion on an island in the early 1930s and assumed the role of an Egyptology student trapped in the estate of wealthy heiress Tess Conway. The remaster has received positive reviews for its appeal and visual improvements. And while the original game had its vibe, Killing Time Resurrected absolutely is a worthwhile experience. Postal Brain Damage is a first-person shooter, and it serves as a spin-off in the Postal series, offering another fast-paced, action-oriented experience with retro-inspired graphics. In this game, you navigate through a twisted and surreal environment within the mind of the Postal Dude, encountering even more bizarre scenarios and enemies. The game incorporates dark humor, and it received positive feedback for its nostalgic appeal and engaging gameplay with an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. Fashion Police Squad is a humorous retro first-person shooter, and it basically allows players to fight fashion crimes. You assume the role of a member of the Fashion Police Squad, tasked with eliminating fashion offenses such as saggy pants and mismatched outfits. The narrative then unfolds through a series of levels filled with characters and encounters. Fashion Police Squad has received positive reviews for its unique concept and engaging gameplay, and many have praised its humor and retro aesthetics, noting it as a refreshing take on the FPS genre.
Surprise, buttface!
Void Bastards is a strategy-driven, first-person shooter that combines roguelike elements with tactical gameplay. The game basically challenges players to lead a ragtag crew of space criminals as they navigate an area filled with hostile enemies and ships. The gameplay heavily emphasizes strategy and resource management, as players must decide whether to fight, sneak, or avoid enemies. Void Bastards has been praised for its unique mix of strategy, roguelike elements, and humor, blending strategic decision-making with intense combat.
Biscuits revoked!
Come here so I can give you a hug.
No respect for synergizing.
And And lastly, there's room to mention, the combined release of Doom and Doom 2 came in a modern package, with both games optimized for current hardware and offering features like enhanced graphics, achievements, and online multiplayer support, making the experience accessible to both longtime fans and newcomers. Both Doom and Doom 2 have had an incredible impact on video games. Doom essentially created the first-person shooter genre, and Doom 2 refined and expanded it. Together, the Doom games are essential experiences for any FPS fan.